Hello once again and welcome to the podcast. Slightly later, you'll be downloading this hopefully Thursday night. It's Carl's fault, Dan's fault, and my fault. Well, Carl's not here for a start. Dan, hello.
Good evening.
As I said, no Stubbsy, but Mr. Eastwood's here from Small Beer Limited, so you can do your own advert.
Okay. Hi.
Buy beer from me.
What is it? Britain's leading cask ale craft beer.
Hey, best do it right. You hammered me.
There you go. Well, no, that'll do.
You have to give the website out as well.
Do all the W's. That's what you say, isn't it?
That's the one.
Smallbeerwholesale.co.uk.
Boom.
There you go.
What's your Twitter handle?
At Small Beer Limited.
Instagram?
Small Beer Limited.
So follow them and follow us. Happy days.
Yeah.
How are we, men? Are we okay?
Very well.
You're looking very fresh, Dan, after Sheffield United last night.
Yep.
Did you have a greasy chip butty?
I didn't. The song is shit, by the way.
Oh, I don't know. I've always slagged it off, but I went last year for the Wigan game randomly, and I thought it was pretty good, actually.
Maybe to do with the fact that they only had about 8,000.
The whole cop was empty, wasn't
They
it?
didn't open it. It was pathetic. There's just over 11,000 there. It was rubbish.
11,000?
3,000 from Lincoln.
So you're like getting a visa up to nobody.
Yeah.
I thought Lincoln's keeper was awesome.
Oh,
Other than stepping off the line for the first penalty.
yeah, he was. I think he was fair way off, to be fair.
Did you equalise really quickly after they scored?
It was 0-0.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I got two goal notifications.
Probably the first two.
Oh, it might be the penalties. I was sat on sofa watching
rapid,
TV.
mate.
I thought, 1-1, bloody hell, okay. And then I didn't look again. I put my phone on charge and watch died. So I didn't look again. I just assumed it was 1-1.
I don't know if you've ever
Informed.
I don't know if you've ever experienced penalties, mate.
Earlier this week,
they're normally pretty quick after.
Yeah. Earlier this week, I also witnessed penalties, and our
There's
keeper
no
went off the
extra
line as
time,
well.
was there?
No,
That surprised me.
Straight
That's good.
to pens. Yeah,
Straight to pens.
big fan of that.
Have you been to Bramall Lane before?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not a ground you've ticked off.
No,
How many imps were in the stadium?
3,000.
Take that.
Very solid.
You need lessons in limbs. I've seen some of the video footage.
All right.
It's a bit, yeah.
Well, some of them are. Penalties are a bit different, I find. If it had been a last-minute winner, probably been people on the pitch, to be fair. But it was good. It was great. We performed very well.
Saw Kempo struggle to get his Bovril.
Yeah, he did until half-time.
I couldn't get a Bovril at Salford either.
£3.30.
It's been a bad Bovril week, is what it's been. I couldn't get one either. Didn't have it. Babs' calf wasn't taking card.
Babs' calf.
From Salford, which on the documentary.
Babs' back.
She thanked the whole away end. So I don't know have you seen the Class of 92 thing? And she about the 86th minute. Thank you everyone for coming. Yeah, we've come for you, love. That's what we've come for. A shitty burger.
What did you think? I don't know what you got on your list, but what did you think about Gary Neville commentating on the?
I didn't know to then that was going on.
Caused a bit of furore, didn't it?
Did it? I don't know. You can't hear it in the ground, can you?
Well, there are a lot of people just saying
He shouldn't be commentating on his own side.
Is that basically that? Yeah.
I did read on Twitter at the end that he was quite complimentary about us. Not that it matters because
they're almost certain to be on TV in the next round as well, aren't they?
Everyone was kicking off that game was on and some of the game wasn't. I saw a lot of that on Twitter, but
the Fulham Tottenham game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but us versus scum lights is always going to make the TV, isn't it? Can't wait to go again next year or somewhere else. Well, obviously, because I go to games, it's really annoying we got them out of the draw. Been there. They need to go again, do I?
Yeah, I must admit, like the League Cup games are definitely an opportunity to, obviously, a bonus type.
Some ground ticking, isn't it?
Tick another one off.
As long as it's not too far.
Lincoln have got a good draw, don't they?
West
really
Ham.
Good, yeah. Yeah, because we haven't actually had a home cup game since we played Everton, I think. But we very rarely do we get a decent home tie. So it's nice to get a decent away one, but yeah.
You wouldn't want to do West Ham on a Tuesday.
No.
Please, that's at home. It's just shithole.
Well, they haven't been, so that would have been one to tick off.
Soulless as fuck. You're missing nothing. You can get a big popcorn, sit a million miles away from the pitch while they talk about bubbles.
Popcorn.
Just, am I right, cheers? It's not what football's supposed to be at all. But no, congratulations, you're through.
Yeah.
We'll be out the next round because we're away at Liverpool, so we always lose there. So that's Leicester.
When you were interested. You used to go every season, didn't you?
Yeah.
For a long, long time.
Yeah.
We had 3 goes at it.
Yeah.
We came back down. Yeah. It's just finding your natural level, I find.
I did thoroughly enjoy the 92 Club tweet about Peterborough and Mansfield. Got a feel from both. Being left in a draw with Man City, Newcastle, Liverpool and Leicester and drawing each other.
It is like falling in a bucket of tits and sucking your thumb in it when you get that draw. You would be gutted. Oh, great.
Did you, I know Dan wouldn't have done, because I asked him that this morning because he was actually at the game. Did you see any of Gillette Wednesday Soccer Saturday?
No, I didn't. No, why?
Because I thought they had Stuart Broad on doing the
did they?
Forest Burnley content. I thought he was absolutely fantastic.
Because Harmison does Newcastle for TalkSport.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, but I thought he was brilliant. To be fair,
he's retired now, isn't he? He needs a job,
unbelievably. And obviously, right at the end, because Forest had lost to Burnley, he was expecting a text from Jimmy Anderson straight away. So it was quite funny.
That's so good.
So yeah, a career down the corner, I think.
Yeah, I think his broadcast is very, very good behind a microphone on any broadcasting duties that he's done. Kind of when he's not been playing, he's very good. But it's the first time I've really heard of the crossover with sport. Really, with that.
Well, there's only one thing for it, then get Robbie Savage on the cricket. Yeah. Seems a logical step. Just there's been a wicket! There's been a wicket! Shut up, Robbie.
Transfer deadline.
Someone's got it! Prick.
Transfer deadline day with different sports going to.
Yeah, I'd love a bit of that.
Be good, wouldn't it?
Do they have transfer deadlines in like rugby, Rob, or anything?
Rugby?
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you asking me for?
I don't know. You like a bit of rugger?
I like it. I probably like it more than you two, but probably, yeah.
Well, they just got like an open
no authority
policy.
On it. You know, I know England have just lost to some side they shouldn't have lost to, haven't they?
So. We don't know anything about rugby. Should have done. Yeah. You can come and defend rugby again. Yeah, cause he did that so valiantly last time, did
he? Sorry, Dan.
We had a good win at Ipswich last week. It's the first time we've won there since 2012.
Which is good. Game on it. There was about 27 goals.
Yeah, it was madness. It was like, welcome back to the Championship.
Do you know the last team to beat them at home?
I believe it was the Mighty Imps.
It was indeed.
Yeah. Saw that little stat on the way home.
Where we were, I think we had something like 80%. They had 80% possession and about 30 shots, and we had one shot on target.
Onion Bag, I believe, is the same.
Yep.
We went to a pub before. We tend to drive on the outskirts somewhere, have some beer, something to eat, and then go to our parking space, what have you. And one of the blokes brought his kid, and I got stuck next to him, bless him, at the meal. So we're just chatting away. So I loaded me. I don't really do fantasy Premier League, but I've done it this year because my new work's got it. Yeah, because I don't have to worry about it. I've still got a strict no scum rule though. No scum is allowed. Strict. It's like no shirt, no shoes rule. And so I'm sat next to him. And I've got my phone up, and Maddison scored for Spurs in the early kickoff, and I've got it on my phone. He's gone. I've said, oh shit! I think I've taken him out my fantasy Premier League bollocks, and he's laughing at me. He's like, well, would you do that? I said, well, it had a 75% chance, and I haven't played it for a couple of years. So he went, no, mate, unless it's red, never drop him. Thinking, all right, you little prick. At least I've got pubes. Fucking arsehole.
They might be ginger, but at least
a little prick. Well, he was ginger as well, so that's no leg up. Little prick.
Who was that?
Who? What?
Who are you talking about?
One of the lads that we went with, kid. I've never met him before, but he was savaging me over my decision to drop Maddison and put Mbeumo in. I'll get bored in a couple of weeks.
He started well, though, hasn't he, old Maddison?
Yeah,
he started well. I think he'll have a good season.
He's a good player, though, isn't he?
He's a good player.
Back in the England squad, now don't play for you boys.
Yeah.
He plays for a big club. Consistently in. Is he in the England squad?
Yeah, some of them.
Let's talk about it, because I had Southgate on while I was driving around earlier, and they did the usual thing. They don't tell you till ages after what the actual team is. But he was straight out the gate defending his decision on some of the players. So, for those who haven't heard it, Sam Johnston, Pickford and Ramsdale, no problems there, is a sort of fairly standard. Pope's missed out, but then there's a big question mark over his feet, I think, isn't there? Well, I presume they're on the end of his leggies, but still. Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwill, Lewis Dunk, Mark Goye from Palace.
So is this the England squad? I haven't heard.
Do you not recognise any yet? You recognise the next one?
Under 23.
Harry Maguire.
Oh yeah.
Tomori's made it back in. Kieran Trippier and Carl Walker. So the first talking point there is how's
Maguire,
Mr. Reliable Slabhead hasn't played a minute.
All he does is make mistakes and make himself look a twat, and then ends up in the bloody England team.
It's weird. And then midfield. Alexander Arnold's listed as a midfielder, which is quite on the official graphic. Interesting. Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, who hasn't started particularly well at Chelsea. Henderson, who plays in an on-league team.
Bullshit.
ridiculous. How was he there?
The fact he'd gone over there, I think automatically should wipe you out of any future.
He just shouldn't be
international
involved.
team.
I think we discussed it about a month ago that that'll be it now for England. No, there he is. The flight alone will be ridiculous. Calvin Phillips.
How?
Now we all know I love Calvin Phillips. He's a hero of mine.
But there's absolutely
ow,
no way he should be anywhere near it.
Ow! He's like, and they've signed. Who have they signed from Wolves or signing from
Nunes.
Wolves? Nunes, and then they signed Kovacic. So he's like even further behind the pecking order now. I'm more likely to get a game for Man City now. He's miles off, isn't he?
You'd love him back, wouldn't you?
I don't know what's going to happen. We can't
No, I
afford
don't.
him.
Nah.
Plus, we signed two midfielders anyway. I don't need
He'll
him.
go,
Who have you
he'll
signed
go
today?
he'll go to something like Everton or something. won't
Yeah, somebody really
Sorry.
average.
he? Rubbish.
Who have you
like
signed
Everton.
today?
Or West Ham, maybe. I don't know, because the thing is there. I don't know if it's announced yet. Oh, no, it's literally official. Glenn Kamara
Oh, yeah.
from Rangers has signed, and we've signed a Bulgarian midfielder whose name escapes me.
From Wish.com or something.
Yeah, he's been playing in the Bundesliga. So Daniel likes him.
Any excuse to get the...
I refuse to do the accent. Groyer or something. Ilya Gruev
You're
and Glenn
close.
Kamara. So two midfielders are coming. So you don't need Calvin Phillips. So yeah, so in the midfielders, I'm amazed Ward-Prowse still can't get in. Because he started so well for
Yeah,
West Ham.
Yeah.
Goals and assists. Playing in the top flight. No. We'll pick Conor Gallagher.
Apparently
Because,
he played well
Sterling's
last
not
night
in,
though,
is
in
he?
the Champions League, apparently.
Is what, sorry?
He played well last night in the Champions League, apparently. Gallagher.
Oh, did he?
They were playing... It was League Cup last night, wasn't it? They played
Oh, sorry.
Wimbledon. They played...
I mean, he should have
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Whoever they played against.
AFC Wimbledon.
Wimbledon
AFC,
Sofia.
yeah, PSV Wimbledon.
Played really well against the League Two side.
Look, I know less about football than Carver's.
You confused me because I was thinking about Rangers who went out to PSV last
Yeah.
night. I thought there was Champions League football. Then I thought they're not even in the Champions
No,
League, are they?
yeah, you know.
I thought it was a qualifier. Oh,
Same colour
confused.
kit, isn't it?
Don't worry, we're not on. This isn't like a
It's not, I mean, not yet
proper
press
pod,
record
right?
yet.
Not yet. No, this is a practice run. Carl's been practicing for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then
46.
46 years. Eze, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane. As he snuck in, ridiculous. He plays in the Farmers League as well. Madison, Nketiah, Rashford, Saka, and Callum Wilson.
Is Grealish not in there? Did you say?
Yeah, so Grealish. Yeah, so the front line. I mean, as Southgate admitted today, that the front line is good. There's a lot of options up there now, and Eddie Nketiah's got his shout. Started quite well for Arsenal. I quite like. Got a bit of a soft spot for Eddie. He reminds me of Ian Wright.
Who are England playing then for this squad? Is
Ukraine.
Is this the Rugby
Ukraine.
World Cup squad?
yeah. Conor Gallagher's playing as a hooker. He's got long hair, isn't he?
Scotland and Ukraine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Ukraine first in Poland. Yeah, playing in some place I can't pronounce,
Poland.
and then Scotland again. I can't pronounce
Scotland.
that. Playing at Wee Hampden. But I presume both qualifiers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got told off last month because I wasn't watching England, and someone in my Leeds group told me off because like, you're in a short one this year. Yeah, well, watch a lot of football, so.
Speaking of which, the
Entertainment.
last time I was actually on this podcast, I think we'd all had about 28.
You're a lot more
pints
sober this
of
time.
Styrofoam.
The drunk cast that we
The
should probably just
drunk-
delete.
It's just,
Yeah, just
well, it was beautiful.
class,
I
isn't it?
remember very little about it.
it can be locked away in a...
Was that the Euros?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we really needed a win that night because we were in like 2 feet on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next one was just full of tears or whenever we went out. So yeah, what's your overall thoughts on that then, the England squad?
Well, there's just a couple of glaringly shite selections, aren't there? But I don't know how Maguire just keeps getting
He's
in.
obviously got naked photos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's starting to think that.
Why hasn't he gone to West Ham? I mean, that seemed like a perfect move for him.
Well, I read that it was, obviously it's a lot of speculation this time of year, but I read it's because he sort of felt it was a bit beneath him. I don't know how true that is. In terms
Well,
of,
it's going to be
of course
a
it is, 'cause
he's
he's
go
at-
to Man United,
he's at Man
and he
United.
was captain. You know,
it's a drop down, isn't it?
massively,
But it's actually playing
still.
football, which you're paid to do, rather than
And you're not going to do
splinters.
that at Man United.
Yeah, at all. For a while. But they're really weird at the minute, mate. Like I've seen a link today with like that Serge Reguilon for left back
Yeah.
because they're desperate for a left back. It's like, really? Okay.
He was bang average for
Yeah,
Spurs.
it wasn't great for Spurs. Like, I know they need a left back, I get it, but you think a club of that alleged size would be able to pull in. They don't seem to have the house in order at all, Man United, which is
awesome.
awesome.
I thought he was getting there with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like the bloke.
He looks like the sort of guy that would sort it out, but
I don't like the bloke at all. I can't see into the future, but I don't think it'll work. I hope it doesn't. Obviously,
There's a surprise.
could have talked about that tonight, but Wilson decided to turn his back on the podcast.
Well, we broke the glass for no reason, didn't we?
Yeah, we broke the Rob Eastwood glass instead. We've got two. We've got 3 glasses
At like 10 to 9 last night.
Yeah, well, we're on the pub, weren't we?
I was stood next to you, and you were. Oh, it's like one of those socially awkward moments. You were like, "I think we're going to have to. We're going to have to do it." And I can see Dan going, "Don't do it."
Do you want to come on?
I said it now.
No, what it was I
What
got
it
a message
was.
off Wilson, and I went, oh, like,
There's going to be.
and
two
me and
of
you
us.
just going to talk to each other because that'll be 45 minutes of me talking effectively, and then you were in the pub. You've been on before. Thought you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to be here.
Well, the next time. Linden Club, which you're both members and coaches and players and stuff. You've won the league.
Second 11 have you?
It's quite congratulations.
Thank you very
My
much.
team that I coached,
You coached.
won the league.
Well done. Congratulations. It's all about youth cricket.
There you go.
Trying to coax my daughter to play next year, which I'm sure she will.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Saw your photos. Love that. Steaming in.
Yeah,
They're available online. And yeah, cricket.
only Dan's.
We all went to the beer festival. Is what?
Only Dan's.
Only dance. Went to the beer festival, which was good.
Yeah,
Enjoyed that.
slightly
Another fundraiser.
weather affected, unfortunately,
That
but
was all right.
It
Didn't
was
too much
good.
bit of the footy.
those that went did have a very good time.
Slightly less alcohol for you this time.
Yeah, I wasn't as pissed this time, which is I brought the family as a
What-
buffer.
That's why they poured a load away.
The
at
wife
end.
got drunk.
I
but-
was going to say you didn't drink, but your wife definitely.
No, I did drink. I just drank it slightly, drank it sensibly, which is very rare for me. But
It's quite funny because I'd said to Will that your missus, when she gets a few down her neck, is just relentless.
loose. Off you go, lass.
And then about 2 hours later, he was like, "Fucking hell, you weren't wrong about Stocks' missus." were you?"
Hey, she's not here to defend herself, but she was a pissed up idiot. 2K draw,
Yep.
which really flummoxed me. So
Yeah.
me and Wilson were chatting over a beer, and he said, "Oh, I could do a win in that." And then we realised it was like there's a gambly section where you can gamble. So it worked really well, by the way. Congratulations. He said, "Oh, I could do with that 500 to pay for Disneyland." I was like, "Which fucking Disneyland are you going to in Iraq?" Disneyland Kabul.
It's going for the afternoon.
What's it over 500 quid?
Disneyland couple.
No rides, only camel rides. It's like, okay.
Oh dear.
Like, what the fuck are you paying for? 500 quid. And then I realised he meant he was topping it all up. What do you think of the transfer market? Because I found it absolutely horrendous. Because we've lost a lot of players and then we've scrambled towards the end. It is shit. You're about to lose some players as well,
Well,
aren't you?
talking about Leicester. I mean, bloody hell, what a nightmare! You know, absolute nightmare all last season, and ended up with 1 million players. We've got a bit of money for a couple of them. I think we've lost about 12 first-team squad members.
Carnage getting relegated, isn't it?
But we brought in some decent players, and obviously 6 from 6, we seem to be doing all right. But I actually don't think we're playing that great. We're just a bit better than a bit fitter than everybody else at the minute. But I don't know how long that will continue. It confuses me completely, to be honest, what the rules are.
For different divisions and-
Oh, what for the market?
Yeah, the whole thing. This, or what you can and can't do. I mean,
So many loans and
we've
stuff.
We've had to shed a load of players just from a cash basis, and that's why we didn't sign anybody 2 years ago, because we spent too much money and we did all this. So the whole thing's a bit of a mystery. But we seem to have, loans seem to be the future.
Well, you took
we've
some.
got a Ghanaian winger coming this afternoon on a season-long loan.
Is Inacho gone yet? Or is he still?
No, he's
Castanha's
still there.
gone,
We've got Cassiadi, the Chelsea 20-year-old, on a season-long loan. Who
Italian boy.
Italian lad. Him and
With
camaraderie.
camaraderie.
Well done.
But you borrowed against Premier League earnings last year, took a massive, and then you've borrowed against Parachute this year.
And then we wrote off company to company the entire value of the of building the practice
Training
facility.
ground.
But you can write that off against financial fair play, so you ain't got to worry about
I
that.
know, that's what I mean. That's why we did it. I mean, it's like 190 mil or something. I was like, wow, just write it off then. Brilliant. Sounds great.
Jesus.
Sick.
There's only so many international loans you can do, and there's only so many. I think the domestic's unlimited, but it's very. We got rid of 14. It's really confusing, and it's like, and then they're saying, well, it's really good to get them rid of them because if you bought a player for 20 million and then they're shit, which most of our players are clearly relegated, but you siphon them off this year for 5, you have to put a 50 million loss. So it's just better just to loan them and just take the
Take the
wages off.
So why? Explain to me why Chelsea is signing people for 9 year on 9 year.
So they can write.
Does that get rid of that?
Yeah.
Then?
So effectively, if you buy a player for 20 years, the 20 million for 2 years, you have to put 10 and 10 on your. You notice how I use really small numbers there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 and 10 over 2 years, and you have to put on your books 10 and 10. So if you sell them for 10, you'd lose 10. So they put it over 8 years, which is the maximum you can do. I think, well, UEFA have pulled it in now. You have to do it over that, so they can write whatever it is. Can't do the maths.
It's worth finding,
over 8 years.
It's worth
Carnage.
finding the Simon Jordan interview about that.
Yeah, he explained it very well.
He explained it really, really well.
But next year, they're banging trouble. So he thinks, Simon Jordan thinks, in his way he looks at it, they've almost accounted for financial fair play fines and potentially points because they've just gone, right, fuck it, this is the best way to do it.
Right.
Get as much young talent as we can, build for 5, 6 years.
in the parking tickets.
Exactly. Yeah, they just leave it on double yellows. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All the
But
time tunnel.
But they're buying a lot of young players.
All the time tunnel, yeah, absolutely.
But they bought Palmer. They're trying to buy Palmer today from Man City, aren't they? But where they're also being very sneaky is, like, we bought one off them, but they're selling all their youth players because that's pure profit on your books because you haven't paid anything for them. So that from a fair profit sustainable view, that is pure profit. So they sell Ampadu to us for 7 on the books, job done. That's happy days. So it's a very it just will catch up with them.
Found loopholes,
Yeah.
won't they?
But it'll catch up with them, and they're not in Europe, so they don't have to worry about the 8-year thing because UEFA's irrelevant to them.
That's true.
There's a lot. It looks dodgy from the
not
outside,
something
but
you and I have got to worry about this year. To be fair,
no. Well, Europe,
yeah.
I think I'll never have to worry about that ever again. I was listening to the Newcastle fans ringing in TalkSport because they've got a bit of a moody draw.
Have they got group of death?
Yeah, but it didn't look that bad to me. They've got PSG,
I've not seen
PSG,
it,
Milan. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll get the draw up if we're going to talk about it. But all the Georges are ringing up.
That fine through the time tunnel really added to your journey, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it was great. It was a fantastic weekend, that was.
Always a nice email to get. I came
Oh, is that when you
went
went up to Scotland? Did you get a fine?
Yeah, for the love of the club.
Yeah, I got the email at 5 to 5 and I came running out of my office. Is DT still in the office?
You bastard.
Can't wait to fucking have him up there for this.
Yeah, right. So Manchester United, I couldn't even call them scum, that's bad, isn't it? I've got Bayern, Copenhagen, and those I will not name. Group B is Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. Group C, Napoli, Madrid, Braga, Union Berlin. Isn't it weird when teams sneak in these competitions? Group D, Benfica, Inter, Salzburg, Real Sociedad. Group E, Feyenoord, Atletico, Lazio, and Celtic. That's been all right, a bit kind on Celtic this year. Group F, here we are. Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty mean, isn't it?
But as a
That's why you're there,
as
innit?
a Newcastle fan, that's a fucking hell of
Man,
a...
they'd be all over that.
10,000
absolutely.
Geordies pissed up in
I'm not
Dortmund.
sure I'd want to go to Newcastle if I was Paris Saint-Germain.
Nah,
that'd be good.
Man City have got their usual dog and duck, red lion, shoulder and mutton. Yeah, they've got Leipzig, a name I can't pronounce, Kavina,
bottom line.
Svedsta, and Young Boys.
I'll definitely beat them.
Barca, they're only tiny, aren't they? Barca, Porto, Shakhtar, and Antwerp. So that's pretty much, not great for Newcastle, that. But,
That is, out of all of
but
that.
like, you've got them, Union Berlin, Lens, Celtic, Young Boys, and whatever their team is, they're all going to get shit draws.
You
It's
almost
just-
sounded French then.
Yeah, Young Boys. And the baguette in a draw with Celtic. But you want it's the reason they're there, isn't it? You want them nights.
Yeah.
So when we had our one little stint in the Champions League, we had Madrid, Barca, Lazio, Real Madrid. We had them all.
We
fucking bring them on.
We did get to the quarterfinals.
You did, yeah, which is a surprising turn up. You just had to get fourth, didn't you? None of this would happen, would it? You'd have been fine.
Would we?
Well, yeah, because you'd have just kicked on, wouldn't you? You just have to get over that first
I
hurdle.
look back over Brendan Rodgers and it's just done what he's done at every club, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So if you'd have got fourth twice, you'd have been fine. It's like what we did in the 2000s, that you're not going to financially implode like we did. End up in League One.
Yeah, we're going to win every game though in the Championship. So
I was telling you the maths yesterday.
Set a new record.
Because I think we'll break the points total this year, but you're ahead of us.
Yeah, already 7 points clear or something.
They've already cracked the
Baseball
champagne
games.
off HMS Pistol League at Leeds. I'm telling you now. We're setting sail. No, I think it will be. I think we'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd like to think we'll be in the top 6.
I actually think we're going to fucking win the league by 10 points. But you can't say that out loud, can you? Can't say it out loud.
You
No,
do
no.
that, you can do
I'll
that
take
next year, because we'll do this year.
Yeah, no, you do look. You're right. I've watched a bit. It's very sexy football, isn't it? It is good football, but
We
it's
just need to get Cody back, and
yeah,
we do look a bit dodgy at the back, but we must have scored.
not as dodgy as
all
us.
of our winners are after 80 minutes or something. And
It's a good thing. It means you keep going. Yeah, we
there's
just
another half an hour to play after 80 minutes these days.
Yeah. Yeah, we had an extra 5 on top of the 6 he already put up at Ipswich. They managed to get another goal. just play until next team scores.
Yeah, next team scores. Yeah,
I've been a little bit wound up recently about. I'll talk about Spurs earlier. Postecoglou, right? So brilliant manager.
I love that new song about him as well.
Oh, what is it? Go on, talk me through it.
To Angels by Robbie Williams.
Oh, I think I've seen that online. I'm not going to make you sing it.
No, you're not.
We sing Ampadu to Agadoo, which the fans have really taken to. That's been ripping round away grounds. No, he plays a really cool style of football, and it doesn't take long to do a bit of research on his background, where he's come from, what he's all about, his style of football, his Celtic team, his teams before that in Asia, yada, yada, yada. But the amount of pundits I have seen that are like, oh, I just didn't think this was coming. I'm just really surprised. It looked really good. Yeah, spend fucking 10 minutes. You're on Match of the Day too. To spend 10 minutes doing a bit of research on who he is and what he's about. They did exactly the same with Bielsa. And if a foreign manager comes in, they're like, it's not Sarnadise, is it? I ain't got a clue.
It's just fucking lazy.
It's ridiculous.
They've been so lazy for decades.
And there's so many pundits now. There's like pundits for days. So you think some of them would do some research. It's just wound me up a little bit because it is clearly he plays really good football.
did he used to play football?
Is he in it? Yeah, I don't know, no idea why, where or what
He was a
standard.
fo- he was a
I'm assuming so. Yeah,
He's Australian, isn't he?
He's Australian.
yeah. Because we had an Aussie in here, not the last one, the one before, and he loved him.
Simo, yeah.
Yeah, he said
Ange.
Ange. I'm googling him. Rob.
What is his actual name? It's Angela.
Ange. I don't think it's Angela. Is it Angela?
I think it's Angelos Postecoglou.
So sort of Greekish type.
Yeah. Aussie Greek.
He was born in Athens.
Put your plates away.
He's 5'10". Yeah, he played for South Melbourne and Western Suburbs, whatever the fuck that is. And then he played 4 times for Australia. So yeah, he's played a bit.
He's a Socceroo.
He's bloody done a bit. And then managing career all over Australia. And then obviously but he plays very sexy, expansive football. He's a very brave coach. And I just wish pundits would take a bit of time. If I know what he's all about, and I'm an idiot,
They absolutely should.
they absolutely should. And they just, I could
Because they're
see
getting
it,
paid to fucking
but I could
do
see
it.
it coming like a train down the tracks. I could just, Tottenham are surprising a few. No, they're not, are they? They're not, because
They've changed the manager.
You know what I mean? It's just fucking winds me up. So unless it's Guardiola and Klopp, they ain't got a clue, are they?
No.
They probably did the same about Klopp when he took the Liverpool job. I have no idea. Who he
How
is.
do you feel about like ex-players? Because I have to say, I've still got a bit of a hero worship for Maddison being a Leicester fan.
Depends how they leave.
Yeah. I think cause I
Yeah.
just like. I actually find that I'm really looking forward to actually watching Tottenham because he's in the team.
Yeah.
Just on the highlights, not
We're a lot more
so
bitter
brave.
at Leeds.
I think,
you are quite.
to be
He
honest,
breaks his fucking legs.
I think that subsides over a period of time, but it,
Possibly,
Cer-
Maddison did
certainly.
lead well, and he sent a nice text.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Calvin's my example.
Yeah.
Obviously, he should be in every England squad between now and 2031. But I was just beaming with him, getting all these stuff. But he doesn't fucking play. So it's a bit like, okay, your love can only go so far because it makes no fucking sense now that he's playing for England and stuff. But yeah, he went with good grade.
As a fan,
Rafinha
you
at Barca.
invest in him, don't you?
Yeah, massively.
You invest in
Rafinha
him
at Barca is a
massively.
good example for me. I'm really pleased he's absolutely ripping it up.
Yeah.
He left on brilliant terms, got us out of shit in that 1 year before we got relegated the year after.
Don't feel the same about Harry Maguire.
That's what I mean. You just like like Mahrez refused to play for you. You better don't give a shit about him, do you?
No. On the contrary, actually,
Oh, really?
because he stayed for another season when he.
Refused to play for you.
Not in the end. No, I think you got your.
He down
facts a little
tools.
bit wrong. No, he had a good
I'm
last
pretty sure-
season.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure he down tools in the summer and then got his move. Saw Man City come over the
Anybody that
horizon.
played in that 15-16 squad is good. Where were we going with this?
Who was the kit man?
Who was the
I love him. I love him.
Frank the Kit Man. Love him.
My favourite thing about that romp to the title was each week I'd come into your office, he'd be like, what do you reckon? I'm like, well, it's only like 10th week, innit? Like, don't know, long old season. Christmas come along, what do you reckon? Fucking, I don't know, it is Christmas. And you're still there, like an elephant up a tree. What are you doing up there? You're still there. And then it got on, and then people started to drop away from the title race, didn't they?
That
And it's
game
like,
at Man
oh,
City.
shit.
It's the
That
game
at
at Man City when we
was-
told
Yeah.
him a new one, and I was at work on the Saturday morning, and I had to go and drop a pump clip off at Welton Sports and Social Club
Hell of a
on the
club.
way home, and I was listening to it in the car, and then I stayed to watch the second half in Welton Sports and Social Club to watch the game, and my dad was in Spain watching it, so I was talking to him at the same time, and then on the Monday morning, this is when you came in, Stocks, and said to me, at what point do you think you might actually win the title? And I'm like, about now.
And when you know,
scared to know what to do.
and when you've got Spurs chasing you, it's like the best team to be chasing you. Mahrez, I remember actually, because I remember going in to see your dad, and he said, "Oh, we've signed some. Was he Algerian? Isn't he?
Algerian,
yeah,
yeah.
some Algerian guy for like 600k or whatever, 400k. I was like, I don't know, Tone. I don't know who he is. Turns out it was fucking quality.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
He's
Yeah.
won loads of titles at Man City.
Some guy called Kante just came in from nowhere.
But have you seen? There's a famous tweet now from which side is it? Might be Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, I think, we're in the Premier League. You weren't. Is that right? I don't, whatever. And some guys tweeted wherever the local Middlesbrough paper is saying, "Oh, I've just watched wherever the hell he played for in France, and there's this young kid called N'Golo Kante. He looks fucking quality." And Middlesbrough have tweeted back to him, "We'll let the scouting department know." That happened, didn't it? You'd have picked him up for like 3p.
Yeah.
Were you surprised he went to Saudi Arabia, Kante, with his character?
He still had another.
He had more to give, didn't he?
Isn't he? Yeah.
I think there's
But same with
Loads have gone, haven't
there's
they?
a big group
Mahrez
of them.
as well.
Yeah, there's a big group still had plenty more to give in the Premier, I think, but there's just, the money's just never ending over there, isn't it?
It'll keep coming.
It's gonna. It's
They'll
not
just
gonna
keep
stop.
coming until they've done whatever it is they want to achieve. More sports washing or whatever, you, but they'll buy more clubs. They'll just keep going. They've done it to golf, haven't they? So you're a massive golf fan. They've won that. They've won that, haven't they?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
How do you feel about that?
I've hated it.
we know fuck all
I
about
mean,
golf, so-
I'm a bloody classic golfer. Kind of, I want everything done properly.
So that live stuff must have.
Totally. Oh, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It's really been disappointing that people like Poulter and Westwood seem to have just. Garcia has given up on being Ryder Cup captain by doing it. I don't understand it. I know the money and all of that, but they'd already achieved so much. What more did they need to prove? I don't think. Just Ryder Cup captain was all they had left, and I just, I'm really disappointed by it. I think, Ryder Cup's coming up end of the month.
It's only golf I watch that.
Yeah,
Love it.
it'd be good in Italy. I think it'd be closer than it was in America, where they tour as a new one. It'd be interesting, but I can't see us beating America though. To be fair, I still think they're too strong. But yeah, it's
Because they've won the war, haven't they?
Yeah,
Saudis.
I think it's for most people. It's been a bit of a bitter pill, to be honest. It's a bit boring. I haven't watched one or seen one shot of the whole live golf thing at all.
On principle.
No, just on. I haven't caught it. I don't
Oh,
know
right.
where it's aired. I've not stumbled across it. I haven't seen a highlight.
Not
or
gone
anything.
looking for it either.
No,
so
not well. Definitely not
definitely
that. But
not,
yeah. So
Who were the main protagonists that went off to live? I'll know the name you
that
say.
are quality.
Yeah.
I've still got loads to give. Dustin Johnson's got to be the biggest.
Wow.
Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau. Then you've got Poulter, Garcia, Westwood, Stenson as well.
They all went off to live golf.
They went as well, but they were probably mid to late 40s, already got $1 gazillion, whereas Dustin Johnson still had another 100 million to win on the PGA Tour easily.
He's back in now, isn't he? Because obviously, whatever they've decided to do, they're back on the
kind
tour.
of. He's only playing live golf though. He's not back on the PGA Tour other
Oh,
than
is
the
he?
majors. No.
Oh, I
Because
thought that it all
it's
merged
the
again.
end of this year when we will kind of work out
Oh,
how
okay.
that's all going to. I haven't really bothered reading what's going to happen, to be honest. So I'm just not that interested.
When's the Ryder Cup?
Last weekend in September.
Right, okay. I'll have to get you back on for a full review of that, because I will watch it, but I don't fucking
Yeah.
clue what's going on.
It's great fun. I mean, it's just brings, it's not about golf.
I like the team element of it.
Yeah, it's not about
I'm a
golf.
team sport guy.
That's why, Europe will miss people like Garcia and Poulter.
Who's the captain then? Of
Luke
Europe?
Donald, because it was Henrik Stenson, and
Yeah,
he went to
he's
live and
kicked
then he
off.
got kicked off. So, quite
Live by
right
the
too.
sword and all that. It's like rugby, as everyone listens to this podcast knows. I can't stand rugby, but I love Lions Tour. When's one of them again?
Because it's about just about people nutting each other.
Yeah,
it's
it's
about the
class.
rivalry.
When do we get another one of them?
The Lions Tour.
Yeah, when is it?
Soon.
There's a World Cup coming up in
Rugby
there.
World Cup starting in about a week. Yeah, apparently.
They were doing it on TalkSport. I switched over pretty quick.
Yeah, it's in France. Well, that's when you said you're reading the England squad out. That's
2025. We're not going to read the
Lions
rugby
Tour.
players out, Rob. We don't know who half those fuckers are.
Please don't. It's be very embarrassing.
Couldn't tell you who the manager is.
Yeah.
2025, and it's Australia.
Okay.
Should we go? Should we do a live podcast from there?
Why not?
Funded by Small Beer.
Oh.
We won't take Carl. Don't worry about it. He's not here, is he? You have to
won't
be in the
listen
room.
back to
I'm
this
sure
either.
Holland will have a rugby team by then. Surely funds.
I'll sort it.
Funds come
Cut the
fund.
fruitage.
Funds.
Only funds. I don't know if anyone at my new work knows that I do this. I slowly sort of drip fed it when I was at my previous employers, and a few of them listen to it now. I don't know if anybody knows yet. 'Cause it depends how rude. This has been quite sensible this week, but some of them can get out of control. On that note, past the sex shop earlier. On the the one. Obviously, if you're local to Lincolnshire, there's just outside Lincoln. There's a Pulse or something. They're on the A1 and all, aren't they? You never seen anybody going in.
What, on the way out to
Out past Saxelby.
Yeah.
Was it whatever it is?
Sexelby?
Sexelby.
I drove past it last night as well.
Keys in a
Obviously. They've got a QR code.
That's what I'm going to say. I just want to see a pervert stop, get out, hazards on, and go, fucking QR code. Oh, you dirty bastard.
I thought
How much do you
exactly the
think?
same.
How much do you
On the
think
way
you could
back from
slow down
Sheffield.
to get it?
How filthy you got to be. 'Cause you can't do it while you're driving, can you? You literally
honestly,
have to
I bet some
stop.
people try.
Fucking, oh, bastard.
They'll have to turn around at the
record.
What are you doing? Buying the wife a dildo.
Drove past last night on the way back from Sheffield. Thought exactly the same.
Because I went to Sheffield Today for work. I was like, fuck me, I've got to write that down when I stop on my notes.
What do you think? What does it take you to then? Like,
I don't know, I've
just
stopped. I'll
the
stop.
page.
What we'll
you know?
do is we'll go out together, Dan, and we'll take a
I'll take
take a
picture of you
photo.
taking a picture.
Hazards on. Fucking, we'll go viral with that shit. Try a bit of traffic towards it. Filthy bastard. I put my pants around my ankles and everything. Okay, that one QR code. I just thought, what a weird. Who come up with that? I mean, I had a brief spell
It's
in
modern
marketing,
world. Obviously, the porn industry is becoming digital.
but you never see anybody going in there, do you? Ever?
I mean, I can't imagine it's the. Yeah, I can't imagine their weekly take is much, to be honest.
But I think items are expensive.
Yeah,
And how
exactly.
much
It takes
do-
one item, Dan.
I mean, how much is a butt plug these days? It can't be cheap, can it?
Can't tell you.
Love eggs.
I mean, everything's gone up in price.
Inflation on bloody love eggs is ridiculous. I mean, you can't get
They've
eggs.
gone up. They've gone up somewhere.
You can't get eggs in the shop. So can you get love eggs? Is it the same shortage? Are the love egg farmers cutting back? You're a farmer, Dan. What's going on with the love eggs farms?
I don't know. Do some
Sexy chickens laying eggs to them.
Do some research for you.
Oh, love eggs. Sweet baby Jesus. I believe, Rob, you've come with some sort of game.
Well,
I hope you have. Anyway, we've got 20 minutes to kill.
Fine. Well, I thought I'd prepare something. In the, guests seem to come on and do a little something, but I'm a little bit nervous for you both, really, because I'm handing over responsibility to you two for a very important thing. Let me just pick it up. I've got to bend down.
I have got some more confessions in, by the way. We'll do them
Okay.
next week, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we can probably squeeze one in at the end.
Squeeze one in, yeah, if you want, if you've got time.
So,
We're talking about love eggs still.
let me open the sealed envelope.
It's my confession. I stopped on that QR code.
I brought a pen as well.
Fucking hell, it is organised.
It is. It's good. I did this morning. I was pretending to do work this morning. So, what we're going to do...
You're the boss. I don't think it matters.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to play the inaugural Beer World Cup.
Oh, fuck. Right, yes, okay.
And you two are going to decide what is the world's greatest beer.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
A lot of pressure on this, DT.
You should do.
Fucking hell.
Things very close to our heart. Football format.
I do love a bracket.
Yeah. And we've got some groups and things. Now, obviously, I've chosen the beers. So if anybody out there that doesn't like some of the beers, well, I know better than you, so don't worry about it.
Also, just for the record, I've done loads of these brackets, and because I'm normally the one where Rob sat now, notice how much enthusiasm I'm going to put into this, Dan. Take notes.
Yeah. So obviously I get the deciding vote.
Oh, because if it's a draw,
Yeah, okay, because as we can, divide, by 3.
I'm a bit excited here.
And I've actually played the game myself before. So I've made a
Like the
prediction.
Champions League draw, where they do a rehearsal
Yeah,
before.
so we already know who's won, So so I've got to what I think
Okay.
is the greatest beer.
Of all time. Was it current
Well,
market?
you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Let's go at the group stages. Are you ready? Okay, so there's 4 groups. So we're gonna have a little group stage.
Have you done this on a computer and it's a full print? Yeah, so I'm going to get the missus to do it in a notepad.
Of course I have. Of course I have.
Oh, it was your missus. I thought it was your kids that had written those out.
She was pissed at the time. So you lucky you got anything off her.
After our bit of festival.
So we've got 4 groups. first group, each group's got 4 in, and what I'd like you to do is debate the finishing positions. We're not doing A versus B or all that. So,
Okay.
So the top, you got to put rank me off.
Rank me off.
So
right.
I'm trying to pull a few old school things in, and you got to put all these beers in order that you think is the greatest.
Top of the group.
Yeah, it
Top-
is.
what's coming top of the group? What's coming second?
Okay.
And 1 and 2 will go forward to the next round.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
4 groups: powerhouses, cask ale, craft beer, and lagers.
You've put loads of thought into this, haven't you?
Love it.
Don't come in.
I've come up with this since last night. Loving it. Okay, so in the powerhouses.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no debate in here. Okay, these are the 4. You know, Carling, obviously, and we're doing British. We're not doing like
Right, okay.
You know, it's beers that everyone in the UK is going to know. We're not doing any. You know that.
We did Aussie beers the other week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Guinness, Madry, and Stella. Okay, in the powerhouses. Now there may be some other brands that you think would fit in there, but they may come into other departments. Or
2 of them have paid my mortgage for 3 years.
Don't let that.
No, will not. Don't you worry about that.
Do not let that influence.
I know
you.
all the
So I'll
secrets
give you
of
I'll
Madry.
give you a couple of facts. So Carling, UK's biggest selling beer. Guinness, UK's biggest selling ale and stout. Madry, UK's fastest growing lager brand. Stella, UK's best known premium beer.
Madry used to have a marketing guy who was unfucking believable. Out of this world he was in activation, but he's
You weren't there very long, I heard.
he sells Dutch stuff now. So are we doing what?
So
just,
what
just
I like
pound
to do
for
is
pound,
those 4 beers.
best beer.
Yeah, so you've got to kind of think about all.
It's
the
an easy
things,
one for me.
All the things that make them great.
So I'll make the case straight off the bat.
Flavour, I mean, flavour's obviously part of it.
So
but
straight off the bat, it's Guinness. Unbelievable marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Adverts. It's a historic brand. What 1758?
It's a
Loved
lot.
by weird and wonderful
2 minutes
people.
to 6 for everybody else.
Is what? 2 minutes to 6. It's loved the world over.
Yep. It's a lot of
Famous
people's,
brewery.
It's a lot of people's emergency pint.
Emergency beer.
Covers that brand.
Everyone will try it.
You can drink on it all day.
Big in other marketplaces. I think Carlin is just as much as it is in that category. It's unbelievable. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
So you have to get to
Madry's a fad.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Dun, dun, dun.
Between you.
Right. Okay. So Guinness
What's
won.
who's winning the group?
Guinness is winning
Guinness.
the group.
Guinness win the group.
I
Yeah.
say-
Guinness. Win the group.
I think you're right.
To those listening from calls, I'm only joking about Madry. Don't be
Just to
upset.
let the listeners know, they can't see it. It's so cold in here, I can't write my hands.
Yeah, I offered to
So
put the
just-
heating on. You
yeah.
said no.
It's all right. It's like, so shall I put extra cold Guinness?
Yeah, extra cold.
Extra cold,
Guinness. Got a Guinness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
What was Guinness, Carlin,
What's that
Madry?
Guinness? I mean, I can't
Yeah,
write my
genius.
hands that cold.
Gin.
What was the last one?
So it's Carling, Guinness, Madry, and Stella.
I think you've got to put Stella second.
Yeah, I do.
You have to. Again, it's a very historic brand. Always a good market. They've turned it back round again from the men behaving badly image. It's a decent premium beer.
It's been here, been around.
Been
forever.
around a long, long time. Survived a lot of things.
Falling volumes.
Yeah, but it's not
No
all about
longer
volume,
the
is it?
UK's leading premium beer.
But if you're just doing volume, Carlin would win, wouldn't it? And it would be the end of the brackets.
You've got to factor all these.
You
things.
have, but no, I think it's Stella Artois.
So you agree on Stella Artois?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly because
There's not a lot of arguing going on this.
Well, I don't particularly.
I think the other categories will argue over.
So 3, what's going 3 and 4? Quickly.
Carling 3.
Carling
yeah,
3.
Carlin 3 has to be. Madry's too new to the game.
It's
It's
too-
like
yeah, I agree
giving a
with you.
youth academy
Yeah.
prospect.
Okay.
First
so,
team captain.
Guinness qualifies as
Yes,
group
straight
leader.
in.
Stella Artois as a runner-up. Okay. Group B, Cask Ale. Okay. So, Sharp Steam Bar, Tim Taylor's Landlord, Oakham Citra, Ossett White Rat.
You're going to struggle here because I know what your favourite beer amongst them is. I'm going to straight off the bat and say Landlord is number 1 for the similar reasons. It's Madonna's favourite pint for a start.
So, Sharp Steam Bar, UK's biggest selling cask beer, still clinging on. Just Taylor's Landlord, the biggest regional cask ale brand, loved by Madonna. Oakham Citra, small beer favourite. Ossett White Rat, small beer favourite.
2 unbelievable beers.
Unbelievable beers.
Oh God, this
I'm
is
sure there's other good
I
beers out
want
there.
Landlord number 1,
This
but I'm
is
happy
so
to
hard.
talk about it. But I just think history, heritage, flavour profile, accessible to everyone, unbelievable beer. It's if you could buy a brand tomorrow, you'd buy Guinness. And I think in Cascade, if you could buy it tomorrow, you'd buy Timmy Taylor's. You'd buy the brewery
because
if you could.
Yeah, you
Because
get
everything
all
comes
those
with it.
taps. Yeah, yeah.
And it's just it looks. Yeah, I'm Landlord.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
without
I'm
question, it's
not
the
having to be
biggest.
arbitrating here very much. Oh my God.
We are all.
No,
in
it's
the
going to get
same
interesting
game.
now.
Yeah.
Same game.
Yeah, so who comes second in this
Tough one, this.
group of death?
Fucking up. Well,
Yeah, not Doombar.
no, I'm
Not Doombar. Doombar originally was maybe because beer has changed a lot, especially in the time I've been in the industry. But when it first came out, even the bar runners were just magnificent. This is our beer garden. It was overlooking Cornwall. The beer was great. It was fresh. It was cool. But it's just sat in a
It
little
used to be
brown
the
beer
beer that
category
everybody
now.
used to come out from Cornwall and say, "Can you get that? Can you get that?"
Indeed, yeah. And then Skinner's was a little bit cooler and stuff. St Austell's always been quite corporate.
Shame they're not
No,
around.
I would go. I think Citra, purely because they discovered the Citra hop and brought it back to the UK. You got to get credibility for that. It's in everybody's beer now.
Loving your workings.
It's in every IPA going. Don't like the pump clips. Not a big fan of the pump clips. They're average
They're
pump
still a
clips.
bit busy, aren't they? Yeah.
It's bloody expensive, and you don't have a pub. I would say it's Citra.
If it's kept right, it's literally phenomenal.
For a beer to just say, live and die off this really powerful hop, and I'll live and die by it.
What about the young pretender to that throne then? Why that then?
'Cause
Too
Rat
early.
is-
It's the same as Madry, really. It's too early for it to know what it's going to be. They're a great brewery. Really good brewery. Go on, Dan.
Where are you going? Who's coming second in the group?
I'm saying Citra, but I'm happy to debate it. Won't be too upset if White Rat jumps ahead of it and you're putting a...
Well, no, I'm just a massive fan of both of them. So if they're both kept up,
Does Citra get it on history and heritage?
I think
Been around a bit longer.
I think it probably.
But how many
does.
times has it won champion beer?
Definitely once.
Yeah, when it first broke through. So yeah, we'll go Citra, yeah?
So it says all you need to, when we went to GBBF and their 18-gallon was done in the first 20 minutes.
What,
of the doors
Citra?
being open, yeah.
You've also 6% porter one this year as well.
Yeah.
So, who drinks that?
Yeah.
I think we need to get out of Cascade while we've still got listeners.
Hey. So,
Citra,
Oakham Citra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
upset a few.
Oakham
White Rat next.
Citra.
Yeah, Rat and then Doom.
Then White Rat, obviously.
Shouldn't do really, but yeah,
obviously
fuck it.
Doombar last.
Yeah, all right. Paid the mortgage.
I mean, it's looking
Available in
Green
keg
King-
now for those that want it.
Green King IPA didn't get in there, to be fair.
Just
Jesus.
to put it last.
Right, one for the kids now.
Here we go.
Craft beer.
To be KD Blue.
Beavertown Neck Oil. Camden Hells. Brewdog Elvis Juice. Tiny Rebel Club Tropico.
We're going to have problems here, are we?
What you should have done is ask us to predict who was in that group, because I reckon I'd have said.
You're going to do a Roy Hodgson
Well,
then, wouldn't you?
yeah, but that
Three or
would
four
then
of
put
us.
you in charge of the game, and I don't like that.
Right.
Beavertown Neck Oil, the biggest selling craft ale in the country.
Yeah.
Camden Hells, biggest selling craft lager in the country. Brewdog Elvis Juice, absolute game changer when it came out, changed the world. Tiny Rebel Club Tropica has been a brilliant beer, probably not quite so amazing now, but what it did for flavoured beer,
It's a disruptor.
and
was.
another small beer favourite for a long time.
3 people.
Not having neck oil. Not having it number one. Just not having it.
I think it qualifies.
It's the Man United of beers. Not having it. Not having it.
But it's like it's having that impact on taps. Like
Camden Hells does a very good job of finding itself in people's hands that don't drink craft beer. It does a bloody good job of that. So I would be very tempted to put Camden Hells number one, purely because of that. 'Cause it's a crossover beer. If you drink IPA, if you don't drink IPAs and stuff, you wouldn't go anywhere near some of those. But if you're just a generic beer drink, you walk in, you can't see your favourite beer, you give Hells a
it
go.
can be one of those transitionals.
Club Tropica, I think, is awesome, but I lost a bit of love for it last couple of years. But if I'm going to have a can of something on a hot day,
You can't have Brewdog versus Cloudwalk version 1 either.
can't have that now.
I thought that was a bit
Can't
niche.
have that
It was a
now,
bit
no.
niche for
Bit
me.
niche. It's all pretty niche.
There's only one brew of it.
Version 2 was average. I would do Camden Hells and then Elvis Juice for me, because it's got the Brewdog tag. Controversially, then
Do you not
Beavertown.
remember, though, the first time you tried Elvis Juice?
Yeah, but again, that was version
Yeah.
1 as well.
Oh
We're getting a bit
my
in the
God.
weeds now, but
I mean, just
when it had more grapefruit in it.
absolute game changer of a beer.
I also like it's a beer
I
that
just didn't know
certain,
beer could taste like that.
certain people that take tablets can't have, which I was quite funny as well.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm going Camden first.
No,
Yeah. I'm happy to debate it. It's
no,
fine.
I think Beavertown.
I actually can't remember what I put.
I think Beavertown.
I'm happy to yield. I don't like
Qualified.
them, but I'm happy to yield.
Yeah, I'm the same. But
Love the pump clips. To be fair, the handle's great. POS wise,
And
good.
the Liquid does a great job, but again, it can be one of those crossovers where people see that everywhere, and it has kind of lured people in.
I know, but they put liquid on lips and bloody
it's like
IPA.
anything though, isn't it?
Oh, fucking hell, tastes like feet. Yeah, Beavertown. All right, Beavertown first. I'll yield.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I think-
Camden next. We're in the
Well, I
weeds
did
here.
write that down then, and then luckily I've got one of these pens that Albert uses at school. That I can
I've
read
got
out.
spare
So
pens,
very
don't
good,
worry.
so-
Got spare pens. It's in the Alan Partridge jaw. Don't get the drawing. Thinking doesn't help with
No,
noise.
I know,
now.
I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't. It's dead air.
Radio 2 in the afternoon.
It's really, really difficult.
Is Ken Bruce dead? Oh, Ken Bruce.
Anymore?
Somebody's love eggs are going off.
Go on. You
Yeah,
decide. Are you disagreeing?
We've massively disagreed, but I'm happy to yield on Beavertown.
So what's your
I
Beavertown.
want Camden. I wanted Camden first, but I'm happy to yield. So Camden second, then Brewdog, then
What's number one then?
Beavertown.
Beavertown.
Neck
Sadly,
oil number one.
Neck
You're both
oil.
happy with that?
Yeah, Club
It's
Tropica last.
locked in.
Yeah.
Beavertown.
Camden next has to be. I've got a hoodie with it on. I used to wear it on my calls, teams calls, and just keep it above the navel.
Like Rob says though, that Elvis juice. That was
There's only 3 people listening now, Dan. So don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
but there's one of those. That's one of those where, like you say, that you didn't realise that beer could taste.
Yeah. Well, Club Tropica.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
No, sorry, Elvis juice.
Well, they're both like that, aren't they?
yeah,
So, oh my god, it tastes like fruit salad. I love this shit. We drank it at a bar in Nottingham for like 3 hours straight. If you remember that day,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it's class.
It was quality.
Then he missed the train.
So what's going to then? Come on. 'Cause even I'm
Camden.
getting a little bit.
Camden, yeah.
Camden Hells. Wow.
Then Brewdog.
Okay.
I think Brewdog Elvis Juice is just too nerdy for this overall champion list. Same with Club Tropica. Your average Joe ain't drinking those 2 beers. I've got a mate who says, I'll drink Brewdog now. So no, what? Lost Lager.
Fuck off.
Do you know what I mean? That's what you're dealing with here.
Well, okay. That's fine. I will accept
I
that.
can hear
if
the
that's what you're going
disappointment in
with.
Rob's voice.
Yeah. That's why I was opening it up to disappointment, to be fair. Right, and then the last bit is lagers.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Birra Moretti, Peroni, Budweiser Budvar,
We're in trouble here.
Pilsner Urquell.
We're in trouble here. We're in trouble
You're in
here.
trouble
We're in
here.
trouble.
That's, yeah.
Because Pilsner Urquell is the best beer on the planet. Pound for pound.
Tank
Pound for pound, PU is the best beer on the
from a
planet.
tank.
Just
It's just phenomenal.
knock my knickers off. Just gimme. And we were on a cause trip before I worked for him on a Star of Pramen trip, and we were drinking Pilsner Urquell. We're going to Pilsner Bar. We're going to Pilsner Bar. Our local.
Yeah.
But we can't, Dan. We cannot put it number 1.
So here we go. Birra Moretti, the biggest UK premium lager, overtaking Stella. Second only to Carling in volumes now. Peroni, long-standing premium star. Budweiser Budvar, an absolute Czech classic. Thousands of World Beer Awards. Quite often top of best beer ever brewed in people that know more than we do. And then Pilsner Urquell, just stunning, small beer favourite. There we go.
Can't put PU top, mate. Just can't. I'm tempted.
Because you've got to factor in the masses as well.
Peroni number 1.
Oh, do you think? Oh,
God.
Yeah, but just
No.
because I'm not having Moretti because it's as Italian as I am now, so it's lost its spin. It's done. It's finished. It might be really popular, but that,
Done, it's finished, but it's number 1.
no, but that tells its own story, doesn't it? That tells its own story. It's not what it used to be.
Didn't you say you're Italian at heart, though, when it comes to football?
On another world,
That's why it's gone
Rob,
for
in
Peroni.
another era, I am playing centre half for Italy. Yeah, it's one of them things, but I'll live with it. Peroni number 1. I still think Peroni is just it just looks. I still think
As
if,
a beer, Budweiser Budvar's
no, but I
fucking
think if you-
Yeah,
unbelievable.
you got to factor in the beer.
No, but I
and
think
its
if-
positioning
if-
and everything.
if you walk in a bar and someone's got that tall plant pot of Peroni, loads of people are buying it. I don't necessarily think if you've got a Budvar glass, we're going, oh, Budvar. I think Peroni changed it. There was no tall
but-
glass before Peroni did it.
But also, don't let what other people are going to think make you.
If it's pure liquid, it
How
ain't
you
Peroni.
balance
If it's pure, because
a glass versus the quality.
If it
that's in
ain't, if it's the liquid, it ain't Peroni. Then it ain't Moretti, and it's PU.
yeah, the
So we just slip Budvar up there.
the last two, mate. Honestly, the last two get through for me in that.
Well, that's fine then. Fuck it. Budvar, PU.
We're looking for the best
1-2.
beer in the world.
Done.
We know that fucking.
That's fine. I'm trying to. That's fine.
Getting knocked
1-2.
out, aren't they?
Who's
Budvar
winning
1,
the game? Who's winning the
PU
game?
2.
Yeah.
Fine.
Budvar PU.
It was
Peroni Moretti.
It would probably
Loving
be.
your work.
It would probably be a goal difference.
For those of you that are listening and shouting and going, why on earth have they put Budweiser at number 1? It's very different. But
Yeah, it's a very different beer.
They are in dispute with them worldwide.
yeah.
Lawyers are involved. Who come up with it first?
Right. Well, congratulations. We have our quarter-final lineup. So we can whiz through this very quickly. It's straight out fist fight now to the final. Okay. Quarter-final 1, played on a Wednesday night.
Stoke.
Guinness versus Camden Hells.
It's easy.
Guinness.
It's embarrassing. It's Guinness.
Yeah, I
It's not even a competition. It's like Dan beating up a midget,
Yeah, it's,
which he faced charges over and got off.
quarter-final 2, Thursday night. Landlord versus Pilsner Urkel.
Oh my god! I mean, if there's any beer nerds listen to this, just fucking hell, knock me down.
Oh my god.
It's a heavyweight clash, that, isn't it?
That is.
Oh
That's-
my
That's
God.
box office, pay per view,
It was the final 4 years ago.
you name it.
Where's your initial going, Dan? Where's your brain gone? Where's your frontal lobe kicking in?
It's gone landlord.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mine ain't.
Is it? Oh god. Yeah.
I'm available for the arbitration.
Yeah. Well, I
What are you
think.
thinking?
I think
Yeah, you're gonna have to split us.
Yeah, splitters.
Okay. Landlord.
Okay.
Because it's British.
Yeah.
It's iconic. It's iconic. It's the iconic cast brand.
And the reps buy me lunch if I'm out to see him out in trade as well.
You know, we need a few 3-9s out of Rob Oxer as well. So,
Well, that's not going to happen after Lincoln beat them last night, is it?
well, that's true. Yeah. So Landlord takes it. Quarterfinal number 3, Friday night. Neck Oil versus Stella Artois.
Stella.
Yeah.
Proper brand, isn't it?
Yeah, it
If
is.
you ignore the English
Be-
lens,
Beaver
it's
Town-
a proper beer.
Beavertown is,
Beavertown.
yeah, it's like you say, it's one of those that's
It's out of
kind
the
of.
academy, innit?
If you go
if you're
back
talking
to
in the last
Stella-
10 years, it's literally like, the last 5 years.
If you've not
Beaver
drunk
Town's
Stella
come
in
from
5
nowhere.
years, go back and try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Because you'll be surprised how much you like it.
Yeah.
Stella Artois is.
Stella, in. Done.
Stella for the fella.
Right. The Saturday night game, quarterfinal number
Live
4.
on Sky.
Yeah. Budvar versus Oakham Citra.
Budvar. I'm shooting from the hip, Dan. I'm going early. Budvar.
No, Citra. Citra. It sounds like you're from.
No, Budvar. Arbitrator. Budvar. It's a Budvar. Budvar.
Dan?
Citra.
Represent my Czech brothers.
So Budvar versus Citra.
It's not even
And
the
you're
competition.
arbitrating over him.
It's Budvar, isn't it?
Much as Oakham Citra is in my top 5 beers of all time, I'm Budvar.
Not drinking Citra on the stag, do we?
It's won more beer awards than any other beer in the world. It's unbelievable. For a lager as well, for a fizzy lager. Right, okay. Semi-final lineup.
Are these
First
played
game.
at Wembley or the neutral venue?
It's
Where'd you
neutral
sit?
venue,
Neutral.
obviously.
It's at Villa Park, this one.
Yeah, this is the Wednesday night game because we've gone forward 3 or 4 days. Guinness versus Stella.
Guinness.
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 It's like having Brazil all the way through, isn't it?
Or the Beatles that time.
That's a solid 4-0 win, isn't it?
It was.
Stella
yeah.
were never in that, were they?
They've won that in the tunnel. if I'm honest.
Stella have done well to get to the.
They're in the
semi-final.
tunnel. All you can hear is doom to doom doom to doom 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 to doom doom to doom doom.
Tick full of talk.
Tick Fuller's talk. Doom to doom doom to doom doom. And fucking horses. What an advert that is.
Okay, a slightly tighter affair.
Said the actor to the bishop.
Taylor's Landlord versus Budweiser Budvar.
Should we call Madonna? See what she thinks. And I've got her on speed dial. Landlord. England. Landlord.
Well,
If you walk in and you see both of those, what are you ordering? Is that of interest?
It depends on the weather.
All right, it's 18 with a southwesterly breeze.
Just go with standard English weather, Dan.
It's raining like
down.
fuck.
Landlord.
Landlord of Port Pie. Job done. Pack out
Okay.
scratch ends.
Back at Pro Scratch. And
Pro scratch ends.
Okay. They both had 3 or 4 days rest. They're feeling refreshed. There's a clear favourite, I feel,
yeah.
but you never know.
You know.
Yeah. Guinness versus Tim Taylor's Landlord for the inaugural Beer World Cup.
Just so we know, right? Congratulations, Timmy Taylors, for getting this far.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievable
Yeah,
performance.
it's a good
Yeah.
shout.
That is unbelievable. That is Denmark in the, was it 90s?
And I'd just like to point out, it was the P2 I had in the final as well.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
also, anybody that just exclusively drinks lager is now yelling at us and
well,
going,
you're
you're a
fucking
bunch of fucking
missing out."
weirdos. How did Carlin not get through? fucking Madri, it's the best thing that's ever been produced, according to some.
In Burton.
Tadcaster, actually.
Oh, well.
Further north, son. Oh,
It's Guinness.
yeah, it's Guinness.
It's literally...
I can drink Guinness in any circumstance going. I
it's
love
the
the stuff.
ultimate powerhouse.
I just think every aspect of Guinness it just ticks. You instantly think about Ireland.
It's just so
Yeah.
fucking expensive.
No, who cares about that?
But
It's
they've
fine.
got to the...
Rob's paying.
Because Landlord's really cheap.
Yeah. Saying that. Yeah.
I'm really proud of us for putting 2 different styles of beer through as well, not just going lager. Guinness. Guinness goes on the mantelpiece just behind you. It doesn't exist. With the Beatles and Brazil.
And Tiger Woods.
And Tiger Woods. Oh, how the fuck did he get? I'm still annoyed with myself. Still really annoyed with myself. Top shagger though, isn't he? So
Guinness,
Guinness.
congratulations, triple underlined.
well done.
Winner of the inaugural Beer World Cup. I had Guinness as well.
That surprises me a little bit.
No, for all the reasons you said, it's an absolute powerhouse. It's everyone all over the world knows it.
So what we'll do now
Landlord's
is
brilliant, but
we'll just do a re-record of this and just make Carl and then you can pick your download.
well, I thought
Lager
it was a
or-
good one to do because that fucking nonce doesn't even drink, does he? So he couldn't do it when he was here because he didn't
I
want to
didn't
say
know
anything.
that for
He was
I
like, sparkling water.
I'm on a
You
fucking
know.
hillside in
So we've got
Lanzarote.
sparkling water World Cup and Pellegrino and Seldon. Fucking hell.
Hope the well not spring.
Jesus.
It
It,
was,
used to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah. No, I enjoyed that. It was
Found
good.
a bike. Hope he's getting on all right, by the way, because he was a bit down last
came in
time.
my Leica in a wig just to make
You did that? You did. And just forget words.
Yeah, not say anything. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, mate. Don't care, mate.
Bit
I don't know, mate. Tight,
Rob
mate.
maybe get up early.
That podcast, literally, he's not here to slag him off. The other week, where he fell asleep, and it was about 32 minutes because I just couldn't get any more out.
Hurry
of
up,
him.
mate. I need to go to Aldi.
I've had people ring me and go, "It was fucking terrible." I said, "Yeah,
I'm hungry.
I
I'm
know.
tired.
is that enough, mate? I don't know, mate. No, there's not, mate." Last week was good though.
What-
This week's good.
What, have you got a...
QR code for a porn website. Yeah, so just off the A46.
no, I enjoyed that. Thanks, Rob.
You have to name this week's podcast as well, Rob.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to the world in about an hour.
Beer World Cup.
Beer World Cup, job done.
Why not?
That's Carlin not on. It's a fucking travesty. You fucking beer nonsense.
Did you have...
Oh, yada, yada, yada.
what was the...
Is there anything that you think I've missed? A
No.
glaringly obvious beer.
Bottle of Corona. Bottle of Corona. You could, and then you strain into bottles of
When
Budweiser.
you
then.
EFID put it to like 36 teams, then Corona can have a go.
Yeah. I love a bottle of Corona.
I haven't had one for ages, actually.
Yeah. Safety beer. What you were trying to ask me there, Dan?
I was just going to say, have
Catchphrase.
we got time to...
What?
Do a confession.
do a
Spit it out.
confession corner?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but my phone's not near me. So the confession this week. So you get to play Vicar this week, and are you going to absolve them of... Is that a word? Sounds right.
I think I know what
Turn
you
it to
mean.
Carl.
Anyway. As in,
Absolve them. No, what's the fucking word? Anyway.
absolve.
Oh, I said that first. You just looked at me strange. Been there before, haven't we? Right. So I've not got it in front of me, but I know the story because I've read it. So
Did a friend text you it?
it's friend. It's a village story again. Okay.
They're always the best.
This person in the village, 14, 15, okay, roaming round, getting up to what we all get up to in villages, that sort of stuff. Some woman asked him outside the shops if he could get drugs for her. So, a bit of a local... There's obviously some problems
The
there.
woman asked the 14-year-old.
Yeah, a few problems there. But we're not going into that. It's not that sort of podcast. It is what it is. You deal with the facts. So he's without
Hesitation.
gone, yeah. And that's why my response was, well, do you like know drug dealers and stuff? And he was like, no. I said, oh, okay, right. So what did you do? He said, for 3 years I sold a paracetamol. Crushed it down, bagged it up, and sold it to her for 40 quid a weekend.
Oh, I love the entrepreneur in
To
him.
pay for his beer and cigarettes and whatever else nonsense he got up. Said, so how did you get away for 3 years? Said, no idea. She just kept coming back and buying it. Any guilt there, or
No, it's just class.
Fucking
the guilt
brilliant.
lies on the woman, right?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Asking a 14-year-old to buy him drugs.
I mean, she wouldn't have had a headache.
She was headache free
Yeah.
and got sober. It's a lovely story in the end.
Well, that's I like that.
Yeah. So that's this week's
Entrepreneurial, but that's
confession.
not really, yeah.
Yeah,
Are you happy with it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
Absolved.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Go
Move forward, my
my
son. Yeah, no problem.
Go
Yeah.
forward.
No problem.
There we go.
That's it, I think.
Are we done?
I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it, boys.
Play some music. Let's lower it a little bit. Yeah, thanks for coming, Rob.
Yeah,
really appreciate
brilliant.
you stepping into the
Stepping into the fold.
I don't know, once every 4 years would be fine.
sitting on the casting couch, covering Carl's small feet.
And your spunk.
Yeah.
Okay. I just hope that he's okay on them hills in Lanzarote. He's a bit down last
well,
week.
he
wasn't
in
he?
Belgium.
He's in Belgium for a
Ah,
start.
same thing.
There aren't any hills in Belgium.
I genuinely thought he was in
We
Lanzarote.
could go cycling in Belgium.
By that you mean go to all the breweries?
Cycle
Find out
from
where-
one
I
to
suppose
the
so.
next.
I don't want to
There's no
cycle
hills,
anywhere.
doesn't matter. So
I honestly thought it was Lanzarote. Is he not in Lanzarote?
No, he's in
It's in
Belgium.
Belgium.
Did he go to Lanzarote last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that's where I'm getting it from. So, well, I hope he's enjoying Belgium. There's so much good beer in Belgium, that fucking freak's not drinking.
Yeah, he sent you a picture of yours the other day in the bloody...
Two, he sent us cornet and fruitage in the
There you
shops.
go.
So he's looking
apparently,
after
according
us.
to his post, his legs are back.
Oh, hello.
That's
When's he
good.
back on this podcast? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back in Bragg State when he by then. All right, I should go home.
Yeah, before
Thank you
the
for
music
contribution,
runs
Rob.
out.
Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Cheerio.
Thank you, Dan.
Good evening.
See you all next week. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.